The lights go out. Not a flicker, not a brownout. Complete darkness. In that moment, most people reach for their phones. They check if it's just their house, their street, their neighborhood. But the phone has no signal. The towers are dead. And that small inconvenience you thought would last minutes is about to become the longest 3 days of your life. What I'm about to tell you isn't fear-mongering. It's not conspiracy. It's the documented, studied, and war-gamed reality of what happens to modern civilization when the electrical grid collapses. And the timeline is far more brutal than anyone wants to admit. Hour zero. The moment of impact. Whether it's a solar flare, a cyber attack, or cascading infrastructure failure, the result is the same. Silence. No hum of refrigerators, no glow of streetlights, no background noise of civilization. For the first few minutes, people assume it's temporary. They light candles. They joke about it. They have no idea what's coming. Within the first hour, traffic lights go dark. Intersections become chaos. Without electronic fuel pumps, gas stations cannot operate. ATMs are dead. Credit card machines are useless. Cash becomes king, but most people don't carry cash anymore. The modern economy, built entirely on electronic transactions, freezes instantly. Hour 6. Panic begins to surface. Grocery stores that remain open are being stripped bare, not by looters, by ordinary families who suddenly realize they have 3 days of food at home, maybe less. Store managers face an impossible choice: accept cash only and watch fights break out over the last cans of soup, or close the doors and pray the power comes back. Hospital backup generators have approximately 8 to 12 hours of fuel. After that, life support systems fail. Dialysis machines stop. Ventilators go silent. The most vulnerable members of society become the first casualties, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Hour 12. The sun sets on a world without electricity. True darkness falls over cities that haven't seen real night in a century. No streetlights, no car headlights moving, no glow from windows, just black. And in that darkness, the first real fear sets in. Water treatment plants require electricity to pump and purify water. Most cities have water towers that provide pressure through gravity, but those towers empty within hours without pumps to refill them. By midnight of day 1, millions of faucets produce nothing but air. The average person can survive 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water. The clock is now ticking. Day 2. The mask comes off. Neighbors who smiled and waved yesterday are now eyeing your house. They heard you had a generator. They saw you carrying cases of water last month. Information that meant nothing before now marks you as a target. Police departments are overwhelmed. Most officers don't show up for work. They're home protecting their own families. The thin blue line that separated civilization from chaos isn't thin anymore. It's gone. 911 calls go unanswered because there's no one left to answer them. Pharmacies become battlegrounds. Insulin-dependent diabetics have roughly 3 days before their condition becomes critical. Patients on blood pressure medication, anti-seizure drugs, psychiatric medications, all facing withdrawal and crisis. The medicines that keep millions alive are locked behind glass that suddenly seems very fragile. By the afternoon of day 2, the first fires start. Not arson. Accidents. People using candles, camping stoves, improvised heating in homes not designed for it. Fire departments can't respond. There's no water pressure for hydrants. Entire neighborhoods burn while residents watch helplessly. The psychological shift happens somewhere around hour 36. The belief that help is coming, that this is temporary, that someone in charge has a plan, that belief dies. And when hope dies, something else takes its place. Desperation. Desperation makes good people do terrible things. Day 3. The collapse accelerates. Human waste accumulates in toilets that don't flush. Disease vectors multiply. The smell of a city without sanitation is something you never forget. Cholera, typhoid, diseases we thought belonged to history, they're patient. They've been waiting. Food becomes currency. A can of beans is worth more than a gold watch. Clean water is worth more than diamonds. The entire value system of modern society inverts in 72 hours. Everything you worked for, saved for, invested in, meaningless. Only tangible resources matter now. Prisons and jails face an impossible situation. Electronic locks fail, backup systems drain, guards abandon posts to protect their families. What happens next depends on the facility, but none of the options are good. Nuclear power plants have diesel backup generators designed to keep cooling systems running. Those generators need fuel. Without grid power to coordinate resupply, without trucks able to get fuel from pumps that don't work, the countdown to potential meltdown begins. Most plants have procedures for this. Most. Not all. By the end of day 3, the comfortable illusion of modern life has completely shattered. You realize that everything you depended on, electricity, running water, police protection, medical care, supply chains, all of it was connected. All of it was fragile. And all of it is gone. Here's what the government won't tell you. FEMA estimates that a major grid down event affecting multiple states would result in mass casualties within the first week, not from violence initially. From the sudden removal of life support systems that we've become completely dependent on. Air conditioning in Phoenix, heating in Minnesota, medical equipment everywhere. The recovery timeline isn't days or weeks. A major transformer failure takes 18 to 24 months to replace. We don't manufacture these components domestically anymore. They come from overseas, on ships that need functioning ports, through systems that need electricity. So what separates the survivors from the statistics? 3 things. Water, information, invisibility. Water means having a minimum of 1 gallon per person per day, stored and ready. It means knowing how to purify more. It means understanding that dehydration kills faster than starvation. Information means understanding what's happening before the panic starts. It means having a plan that doesn't depend on cell phones or internet. It means knowing your neighborhood, your exit routes, your resources. Invisibility means not advertising what you have. That generator that seemed like such a good idea draws attention when you're the only house with lights. Those supplies you stockpiled make you a target if anyone knows about them. In a grid down scenario, operational security isn't paranoia. It's survival. The first 72 hours are a filter. They separate those who prepared from those who assumed someone else would handle it. They reveal the true nature of the systems we depend on and the people around us. They test everything we think we know about safety, community, and civilization itself. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you because the time to prepare is before the lights go out, not after. The grid is more vulnerable than it's ever been. Cyber attacks on infrastructure happen daily. Solar events that could cripple transformers occur regularly. The question isn't if this will happen. It's when. The 72-hour window is your opportunity. After that, options narrow dramatically. Resources disappear. The unprepared become desperate. And desperate people do desperate things. This is the collapse log. What you do with this information is up to you. But now you can't say you didn't know.